Hello, welcome to Lemon Series, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for the Friday Night SmackDown episode of January 24th, 2025. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way, shall we? Leave a like, comment below, and let me know your thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown. And of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, another 3-hour SmackDown, and, same old, right? Everyone hates it, for the most part anyway. I think this was probably the best one since they've gone to 3 hours. And y'all know me, I'm a supporter of the 3 hours. And I will admit, even though, yes, I do think this was the best out of all of the 3-hour episodes that we've had, yeah, it is a little bit of a struggle. I mean, that whole first, I would say this one just had a slow start. I think once we got into the second hour, the show sung a little bit more. But yeah, we had that opening promo interview with Cody Rhodes and Joe Tessitore, which Joe did a great job with. I mean, just keep using him, man. He is a great talent to have. Hope to see him on the pre-show. Jackie Redmond has been taking a little bit of a back seat, which I don't like because I think she's also mega talented as well. But, I hope to see Joe and Jackie on the pre-show in some way, shape, or form. If anything, with it being 2 hours, Joe can get the first hour and Jackie gets the second hour. Just a way that we can utilize both of them because he is very special. He brings this legitimacy to the product overall. And, with the questioning that he was asking Cody. And again, it was a great hot start to SmackDown. I still think we need to start with matches instead of promos. There was, I want to say, 8 matches on SmackDown overall. When on Raw, we get, maybe 4, which is good. SmackDown needs to be, SmackDown. Needs to be all about the matches and their in-ring talent. And that's how we're going to build superstars moving forward. And I still think that is the biggest crux when it comes to SmackDown. We need to get some more bigger names over there. Damian Priest is a good start. I still think we maybe need a Drew McIntyre over there. Maybe a Sami Zayn. Again, some more. Maybe some in the middle of the card too, just to elevate a little bit more. Because that middle card, it's basically non-existent when we were doing a pretty good building it. But we are doing a better job with the tag division as well. For the first time since WrestleMania 40, they're going to be defended on a premium live event. Won't be tomorrow. It's going to be at the Royal Rumble. There's our 4 matches. I don't see another match getting added at the Rumble, which, it makes sense. It makes sense for it because, the 2 Rumble matches alone are 2.5 hours each. If anything, maybe 3 if one goes an hour 30 and the other goes like an hour 10. But, we're getting that, and they've done a great job with that build as well. That was our first match after the Cody Rhodes interview, like the Motor City Machine Guns versus Pretty Deadly. Again, it's just one of those things where it's going to take time for the audience to get connected to want to see these people. I saw some people online, too, some people that, I'm not the hugest fans of online, but I do respect their opinions because, they made it within this kind of realm anyway. They go, yeah, sorry for not really tweeting a lot, just not a whole lot's going on. And then other people were playing like, yeah, this is why we didn't stream either. Just not a whole lot of things were happening. It didn't seem like, it was that good of a show. Which I do think, WWE needs to do better on promoting the show before it goes live instead of waiting until the day of and promoting a bunch more throughout. But I would also say, yeah, it's due to just you're not as attached to the Motor City Machine Guns as you are to a Seth Rollins. You're not as attached to an Andrade as you are to a Drew McIntyre. You're not as attached to Carmelo Hayes. Did I already say Carmelo Hayes? Anyway, y'all are getting the picture, right? Like the SmackDown quality starts after it gets Cody and Kevin, and then Orton is still gone. Once he comes back, I think that's going to elevate SmackDown quite a bit too. Is just, we need that star power to sprinkle throughout the 3 hours. The women's division has some decency to it with Bianca and Tiffany Stratton leading the helm. But, with what reports are going out there that Bianca may be leaving SmackDown pretty soon, that also hurts quite a bit. But anyway, back to the Motor City Machine Guns. They're starting to get reaction when their music hits because people are starting to realize, okay, I'm in for a good match, at least. And then as the match progresses on, the crowd gets louder and louder and louder. Pretty Deadly, also getting some good reactions as well. It was a really good match. And now, again, we are finally having a PLE match for the tag titles. 2 out of 3 falls, DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know how they can mess this PLE up. I mean, 2 Rumble matches, a ladder match, and a 2 out of 3 falls match with 2 of the best tag teams going with an actual story to it. Oh, man, this Rumble really does seem like it's going to be very special. I still think everyone needs to buckle in to be very, very disappointed on it, and I'll do my prediction video after Saturday night's main event. But but yeah, I still think we all need to be very, very disappointed because, again, all our expectations are just so high that I think it can only go down. I don't think it can really meet the expectations. And again, with the whole uncertainty on who is going to win the Rumbles themselves. But yeah, good matches overall. I mean, Carmelo Hayes versus Damian Priest. Damian Priest had a good showing. Jey Uso versus Kevin Owens. I'm glad that they're keeping them separate from the bloodlines anyway. Jacob and Tama are actually going for LA Knight and Braun Strowman. Love the promo that Jacob Fatu did going into the ring. He did the whole thing, you ain't Godzilla or Kong because I'm both. If you've seen that promo before, you couldn't wait for him to do it over here too. Can't wait for him to do the dog walk promo. I don't think he's done that one yet. But yeah, Jacob's just a special talent, man. I saw some people that are not familiar with this indie work, and when he did that promo, they're like, yeah, just keep giving him the freaking mic. This is going to be a real showcase match for him tomorrow night. I do think it's going to be a little bit of a squash when it comes to Braun Strowman versus Jacob. I don't think it needs to go no more than 5 minutes. I think we just need to get over how much of a beast Jacob Fatu is, and Braun Strowman, you know, he's made. He doesn't need any more of the help. Probably do need to repackage him a little bit to give him a little bit of heat under him, but overall, I think Braun will be fine doing this type of match, and, you know, he'll be going on to the next. But yeah, I really like everything we did there. And again, I like the LA Knight versus Tama Tonga match as well until, you know, the way that it ended. And then we had that good angle afterwards. Loved everything that we did with Kevin Owens and Matthew McConaughey. I like the match between Jimmy Uso and Kevin Owens. I even like the women's promo that we did to boost up the Rumble a little bit. I know a lot of people really upset that, hey, we waited until 2 weeks before the Rumble to finally build this when we've been building the Rumble up for a month. That's fair. I'm not going to discredit that. That is fair. But I will also go back to the whole, hey, if we were doing this same thing that we basically did for the women, for the men, we should probably do something different with the women. And I did kind of wish that we kept it to just Tiffany and Rhea, and having just the champion sell the Rumble match. I think that was pretty fun. I mean, hell, Charlotte declaring for it made it already added so much intrigue to the women's Rumble match. I mean, I was missing her. Like, I was like, yeah, no, man, she is the GOAT. I can't wait for her to come back. And I think it's pretty evident now that we are going to do Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, because it's been very clear. Tiffany made her last week. Tiffany made her entrance. We had the Charlotte package, and then we cut back to Tiffany. This week, we had the package of Charlotte's declaring for the Rumble, and sure enough, as soon as we cut back, Tiffy's music hit. I think it is a lock at this point. This is our WWE Women's title match at WrestleMania, and bring it on, man. I'm all for it. I just hope Tiffany can go with the match style that Charlotte brings. She can obviously hold her own because she did good with Becky when she was in NXT, but I will say I think Charlotte is another level when it comes to Becky. Becky might be the bigger star, but I do think Charlotte, when it comes to in-ring quality, there's no one that really touches her. To me personally, it's a fun debate to have for sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But I really did like this idea that, hey, everyone's going to come for me, and then Rhea coming out, well, look, everyone may be coming for me, and then having them sell it with how many superstars are in it. But no, we did the paint by numbers 101. Someone says something, then another person comes out, then another person comes out, then another person comes out, and then it sets up this big 6-women tag. Which was, again, a fine match for what it was. I did like that Liv pinned Bianca, because if the rumor is true that we're going to do Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, which will be 2 mega women's matches at Mania. Don't know necessarily I want it at this year's, because this card, again, from what has been discussed anyway, already seems very stacked, and Rhea and Bianca, to me, is a main event at WrestleMania. Hell, it's a main event at night 2 of WrestleMania. It could main event WrestleMania overall. And I don't know if I necessarily want that to be, especially with what's discussed, Roman versus Punk and Cena versus Rhodes, to be an opener. That's what it would be, because, you know, that's the second best spot to have. If you don't close, you want to open, because you set the tempo for the whole entire show. And I really want to wait all night for that match, because, again, it is worthy of that. Those are 2 very high key level matches. But anyway, Liv pinning Bianca communicates to me that Liv and Raquel are going to win the tag team titles, which I do, you know, if they can do a program at WrestleMania for those tag team titles, by all means, I'm all for that. because if Bianca and Rhea are going to fight for the women's title, she needs to get rid of that belt. She needs to get rid of it. Now, granted, I would have liked a Bianca versus Jade Cargill program, and that being the first women's program at WrestleMania, one-on-one program that doesn't have a title to it. I think that was very, very intriguing. Doesn't seem like we're going to do that. We may be doing Naomi versus Jade Cargill, which again, that would be fine too. But, you know, if they're going to do that, then Bianca needs to go over there. And, you know, just be away from the tag division completely. And Liv and Raquel can do that too. Because I did like the finish quite a bit. I'm like, okay, cool. We set it up. Maybe, you know, at the Chamber, we do that. Or maybe it's on a Raw. Maybe, you know, who knows when we do this. But I do think when Liv and Raquel win the titles, that's when Jade returns, and maybe she cost her team the belts because Naomi was the one who attacked her. So yeah, overall, again, I think this SmackDown just had a really slow start. I think it was, man, what was it? I think it was a Michin and Chelsea tag team match that was happening when I was like, oh my God, so only 7:47 my time. And a lot already happened. I was like, oh man, yeah, these 3 hours is starting to get a little scary. But once we got into the 8 o'clock window, and I think that's when Kevin Owens came out to do his promo on Joe Tessitore, like, look, where's my interview? Which I'm kind of like, yeah, where is your interview? Because, yeah, we're doing one with Cody, but not with you. And he's doing this thing with Matthew McConaughey. I think it's sung a little bit more in the matches. Overall, we're just more intriguing because, you know, we had Kevin Owens, and then we had Damian Priest, and then we had Jimmy versus Kevin. Then we had our main event match as well, which... was that? It was Jimmy versus Kevin. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to get at here is that, you know, the bigger stars were coming in within the second hour, while the people who are still really trying to figure themselves out are going through there. I think Miz joining the mid-card is very, very influential and probably what is best. And I think the Whites need to debut much more sooner. I do not like how much we're holding off on them. Again, that mid-card with that United States title scene just needs a little bit more elevation. Maybe we need to give it back to LA Knight, and maybe that's the Mania program's LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, because we are hinting at it quite a bit. Would the match be better than the promos? Probably not, but I strictly want that match strictly just for the promos. But yeah, overall, this was, again, a fine episode of SmackDown. It was really nothing to write home about. We got Saturday night's main event tonight. We'll have that review up on Sunday morning. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Jacob versus Braun Strowman. I'm looking forward to that contract signing. I'm looking forward to the other 3 matches as well. Well, maybe not Rhea versus Nia, just because, again, I've already seen that, and I know Rhea's going to win. But I am looking forward to the show overall, and I am really looking forward to the Rumble as well. They've done good on selling me on both PLEs with so close together. Saturday night's main event's not necessarily a PLE. But yeah, this episode of SmackDown, again, was really nothing to run home about. It was fine. A little bit of a slow start. Once it got to the second hour, it really started to kick into gear for a little bit much better. But yeah, well, let me know what you'll think about it. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Leave a like if you made it this far within the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button as I am trying to go into my YouTube career. We have a lot of stuff coming your way. Like I said, Saturday night's main event review will probably be up Sunday morning. We also, if you're into movies, we do that here too. Flight Risk will be coming out later, either today or probably also on Sunday. And then we also have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show coming out. Some more movies, more television, just a lot of stuff to cover on this channel. Make sure you stick around for the ride, especially as we head into WrestleMania season. Until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.